Carnival Corporation is minus 58.57% lower on its value in year-to-date trading and has touched a low of $7.80 and a high of $51.94 in the current 52-week trading range. The CCL stock was last observed hovering at around $21.46 in the last trading session, with the day's loss setting it minus 0.4% off its average median price target of $17.50 for the next 12 months. It is also 34.19% off the consensus price target high of $32 offered by 19 analysts, but current levels are minus 110.6% lower than the price target low of $10 for the same period. Currently trading at $21.06, the stock is minus 1.14% and 20.10% above its SMA 20 and SMA 50 respectively. However, with a daily trading volume of 51.48 million and changing minus 1.86% at the moment leaves the stock 33.29% off its SMA 200. CCL registered minus 58.06% loss for a year compared to 6-month gain of 17.00%. The firm has a 50-day simple moving average, SMA 50, of $19.15 and a 200-day simple moving average, SMA 200, of $16.68. The stock witnessed a 15.78% loss in the last 1 month, and extending the period to 3 months gives it a 46.15% and is 0.62% up over the last 5 days. If we measure the stock's price variations over the week and the month, we find that the volatility rates stand at 5.36% over the week and 6.37% over the month. Carnival Corporation has around 104,000 employees, a market worth around $22.38 billion and $10.34 billion in sales. Profit margin for the company is minus 73.40%. Distance from 52-week low is 170.00% and minus 59.45% from its 52-week high. The company has generated returns on investments over the last 12 months, 8.70%. Carnival Corporation analyst forecasts. Analyst recommendations provided by FactSet shows that the consensus forecast for Carnival Corporation is a hold. 19 analysts offering their recommendations for the stock have an average rating of 2.90, where 13 rate it as a hold and 0 think it is a overweight. 2 of the analysts rate the stock as a buy. 3 analysts have rated the stock as a sell or underperform. Carnival Corporation is expected to release its quarterly report on March 30, 2021, and quarterly earnings per share for the current quarter are estimated at $1.86, with sales reaching $142.09 million over the same period. The EPS is expected to shrink by minus 2.70% this year, but quarterly earnings will post minus 72.70% year-over-year. Quarterly sales are estimated to shrink minus 97.00% in year-over-year returns. Carnival Corporation top institutional holders. 921 institutions hold shares in Carnival Corporation, with 86.94% shares held by insiders accounting for 9.62%, while institutional investors hold 48.40% of the company's shares. The shares outstanding are 921.34%, and float is at 797.51%, with short float at 6.32%. Institutions hold 43.74% of the float. The top institutional shareholder in the company is Vanguard Group, with over 57.45 million shares valued at $872.16 million. The investors' holdings represent 7.97% of the CCL shares outstanding. As of September 29, 2020, the second largest holder is Public Investment Fund with 50.83 million shares valued at $771.61 million to account for 7.05% of the shares outstanding. The other top investors are Truist Financial Corp., which holds 38.57 million shares representing 5.35% and valued at over $585.48 million, while BlackRock Inc. holds 4.55% of the shares totaling $32.81 million with a market value of $498.06 million. Carnival Corporation insider activity. The most recent transaction is an insider sale by MA 1994 B Shares LP, the company's SEC filings show that MA 1994 B Shares LP sold 5 million shares of the company's common stock on November 30th at a price of $20.58 per share for a total of $102.91 million. Following the sale, the insider now owns 80.74 million shares. Carnival Corporation disclosed in a document filed with the SEC on November 30th that ARISON Mickey Meir, chairman of the board, sold a total of 5 million shares of the company's common stock. The trade occurred on November 30th and was made at $20.58 per share for $102.91 million. Following the transaction, the insider now directly holds 80.74 million shares of the CCL stock. Still, SEC filings show that on October 14th, Glazier Richard, director, acquired 10,000 shares at an average price of $14.05 for $0.14 million. The insider now directly holds 23,792 shares of Carnival Corporation. Carnival Corporation, CCL, who are the competitors? The company's main competitors and peers include Marriott International Inc. MAR, that is trading -15.57% down over the past 12 months. Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings Limited, NCLH, is -56.95% down on the one-year trading charts. Short interest in the company's stock has fallen -89.01% from the last report on October 29, 2020 to stand at a total of 95.28 million short shares sold with a short interest ratio of 0.71.